The universe deeply desires to support you. You deserve to be supported. Receive, 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 right? That's that. What I want to do today is actually talk about some of the most common money blocks and give you some examples and also give you some tools for clearing them. So, leading up over the next month, we are going to be focused really all around this topic of money abundance as we're working towards our live workshop, which is November 1st through 3rd. So if you have not yet, go ahead and make sure that you are signed up for the Money Breakthrough Workshop, because that's happening live inside of the group November 1st through 3rd. So to truly upgrade how we attract, how we earn, how we make and create money, you'll have to master your money mindset and remove the money blocks that are there, that are really, the way I think about it is a money block is like something that is directly in your pathway. It's a habit. It's a way of sabotaging yourself that is blocking the path to that runway of riches for you. So today I want to share the top money and abundance blocks. I want to, share that, these are the ways that brilliant women like yourself keep themselves stuck in scarcity. They keep themselves from, pushing past that income, just sort of in that safe level of income that they're used to, right? Not quite getting to that next level. It's the way that brilliant women keep themselves drowning in debt or under earning or undercharging or over delivering or undervaluing, what you are worth. So it shows up in lots of different ways. Here's what I want to say. Don't get depressed because money blocks are totally normal. They don't mean that you can't be rich. Self-awareness is really the first key to combating them and creating a different reality. So I want to take you through these money blocks. I'm going to go through a pretty long list here and we're going to talk through each one. And we're going to talk through how we can break that down and create a different scenario for ourselves. So lastly, if you have not signed up for the Money Breakthrough Challenge, definitely go do that. You guys, I'm going to be sharing my own story. I've put a whole workbook together. We've got 3 days designed, one going through your money blueprint and how to upgrade that. We're going to be taking ourselves to another level of abundance mindset. And then we're actually going to be doing the work to actually create a plan and design your money future, and some specific strategies and tools that I'm going to give you that I've really only taught inside of my Money Mastery Academy before. So it's going to be super awesome. If you've ever been on these workshops with me before, you know that they're really good. Okay, let's see. The first money block that I have here is around a lack of clarity and not asking for what you want. And I see this every time I have a new group who comes through enrollment with my Money Mastery Academy. There are so many women who, are just sort of been settling for what they think they can have or instead of what they want. And they're not really asking for what they want, and they may not even have a clarity about what they want. So it sounds like things like, gosh, I really want to buy a new car, but the expense of it, if I do that, then maybe I'll just not do these set of things in order to afford doing that, right? So there's some settling there. Not asking really full out for what it is that you want. It could be that you're giving your power away to others to make decisions for you. Oh, what should I price this course at? I don't know, right? And then you're just kind of like letting other people do it. That's another way that one is sneaky and shows up. Maybe you just feeling unworthy or guilty about actually asking for what you want, right? And so you just don't do it, and you haven't actually gotten clarity about that. And so you're just sort of making random requests out into the universe versus being really deliberate about, no, I want to make, $200,000 from this particular revenue source, and I want to do it working 3 days a week, right? Like that would be claiming it powerfully. So one of the biggest cures that I have for women is to first just start out with like getting clear about what your money purpose is, and then let the universe know exactly what it is that you want. So if you haven't done this one yet, do it. Actually write down a money goal for yourself, right? Be specific exactly about what it is that you want, right? So that you can actually claim that. A lot of women come to me and they say things like, I want more money, Alexandra. And it's like, well, what's more money, right? Is more money $2 more in your wallet, or is more money $2 million in your bank account, right? They're really different energies, but they start with clarity. It's just like when you go onto Google Maps and you put the location in of someplace that you want to drive to. Like, you actually have to know what the address is. You have to have that level of clarity to get yourself there. So definitely do that. Okay, so I want to know, is that anybody's money block? Let me know. Block number 2, bartering, discounting, giving your work away for free. This was one that I did at the very beginning of my career. And it's honestly one that I have to continue to watch for, right? Because every next level, every time I go to things, I think, I could just like give that to them, right? Because there's just a piece of me that wants to like give stuff away, right? And so I have to check myself with that and really be clear about where am I giving and is there reciprocity? So just noticing that for yourself. There's something called the law of compensation that says that everything that we do has value. And so, the problem is that value is subjective, right? And so that means we have to decide that our work has value, right? We have to decide that we are worthy, that we are enough, that we are deserving, right, of being paid for our good work, right? And this goes into sort of a core belief and a root belief that we work on inside of Money Mastery of being enough, feeling worthy, right? And so here's what I want to say. When you value your time, when you value your work, other people value it too. When you come to your work with clarity and confidence, other people receive you and perceive you as clear and confident. That's just how this goes. So when someone invests money in something that you are doing and gets, an equal exchange of value, of course you deserve to be compensated for that, right? And so your work needs to reflect the value of that. So just noticing that. Do you have a tendency to give discounts, to see people like racking up big bills and then think, I have to like send them some freebies? Or are you just like giving away sample products? Or are you giving away hours and hours of your time and not charging appropriately for it? So notice if that's you. And then valuing the work is really the mix. And a lot of that work is just doing the work around your money beliefs and those core beliefs of enoughness. Okay. Money block number 3. Getting stuck in the how, feeling like you are the one who's going to be controlling it all. And here's what I want to say. If you can dream something, if you can envision it, if you can imagine it, it's because it can be yours, right? You would not be given that vision if it weren't possible for you, right? You wouldn't even be able to like contemplate it, right? If it wasn't something that you couldn't accomplish. So it's not your job to figure out how it's going to get created. It's your job to get in alignment with the feelings and the emotions and the actions that will create it, right? And as long as you get yourself in that energy, then it will be fulfilled, right? It just has to. And I've seen this time and time again. I had one of my students in Money Mastery who came through and, she was determined that there was a very specific revenue source that was going to produce $10,000 for her in the first month. Lo and behold, she produced the $10,000 of income, but it was not from that source because guess what? She was like gripping on so tightly to that source that it like all the energy was pinched off. But what she was doing the work to align herself to being a match for that. She was positive that it was going to get created. And so it did. It just came through another method and a different way than she expected. But here's what happened. She did all the work to line up with it and she was taking action. And that was also inspiring her to take action in other places. And so the money manifested itself through a different source. But what it did was it reminded her that this work is powerful. It does work. It just doesn't always materialize and come through the way that you expect it. It always comes through what I call the path of least resistance, right? Where you have the least resistance to it being manifested. But if you hold tight to that vision and take action, then it will. So that's that one. And here's what I want to say. The more that you begin embodying and really acting as if the reality that you want to create is yours, right? And the more that you start to make decisions to go about your financial journey from the perspective of the woman who is totally clear, confident, kicking ass in her business, right? Really showing up powerfully for things. Guess what? You're going to start living into that reality and creating it for yourself. Money block number 4, avoiding money. Who's ever done this one? Oh my goodness, so many women, right? I know that it can be really, really scary to put the big girl boss pants on, but that's exactly what you have to do if you are running a business or you want to just feel financially empowered in your life, right? You have to look at your bank accounts. You have to know how money is flowing in or out, what you're spending money on, right? Are you actually, do you even know how the money works, right? In terms of your revenue streams, are you actually putting your actions and your activities towards those revenue streams that have the most potential, right? All of that requires getting intimate with your money. And that's really the solve. It's, deciding and claiming to create a new story around money that, and doing the work to heal the money beliefs. And that's all the work that we do inside of my Money Mastery Academy so that you can stop avoiding money. And, here's what I know to be true. Anything that we give our attention to is where our energy flows. And so if we give our attention to money, the faster things can start to shift, the faster things can start to, move in our favor. And here's what I would say, make time for a hot date with your money, right? Actually spending time with your bank accounts, getting clear about how money is flowing in and out and where you want more money to be flowing in. Okay. Money block number 6, getting stuck in fear, not focused on revenue drivers. So you just sort of lack focus, right? I always call this just sort of being stuck in the inaction, right? And any kind of flow begins with some sort of forward momentum. It requires you to match pace, right? So if you're procrastinating, if you're stuck in fear, if you're not taking action on things, right, there's not going to be a whole lot that's being generated in response to that. So I always love to say, just clearing the clutter. And this is a lot of what we do inside of Money Mastery. We literally declutter things and simplify it because nobody's got time to be overwhelmed and busy, right? I do not have time for that. And I know you don't either, right? Between kids and my husband and my business and a carpooling all over the county here, it's not happening, right? So I've got to be really focused and streamlined about what actions am I actually taking and making sure that those actions are income producing, right? So connecting with people, building relationships, having networking meetings, scheduling sales calls, serving my clients, delivering valuable content like we're doing right now on this video. These are all the kinds of things that produce income, that generate trust, that, encourage people to come and join me in programs, right? To hosting free workshops, selling my work, making offers, right? Those are all income producing activities. So implement the 5% rule for yourself, right? What are the 5% of the activities that you're doing that are actually income producing, and just focus on those, right? That's going to get you out of that procrastination. If you've got a list of here's the 5 things, those are your 5 things, and just go do those on repeat. All right. I know I am motoring through this. Money block number 7. This one goes back to just sort of that root belief of being enough and worthy, right? And, this sort of tendency to overgive. And it's when we are so generous with others that we leave ourselves for last, right? So we think everybody else deserves to have all the things, and then we'll just settle for the leftovers, right? We'll eat the burned piece of toast. We'll just have a couple bites of the scrambled eggs that we made for our kids rather than making ourselves breakfast, right? We'll allow everybody else to get their needs met and not meet our own, right? So tight containers are a must. Boundaries are a must. Really allowing yourself to be filled up and nourished, and have your cup overflowing, and then give from the overflow is essential. Because if you don't feel abundant inside, if you're always strapped and straining and stressed and overwhelmed, nobody's going to give you any awards for that, right? And the universe is just going to continue to serve you up more of that, right? So allowing yourself to fully receive is powerful. And this is probably some of the most powerful work, honestly, that we do inside of the Academy, because once you get that one arranged and you really allow yourself to be supported, to allow yourself to receive, then you can receive all the love, all the joy, all the purpose, all the health, all the money, all the impact, right? All the vibrance, all the lit up, feelings that you desire and deserve. So that's essential. Okay, the next one is tied hand in hand with that, and that's not asking for help or support, right? So if you've got number 7, you've probably also got number 8, which is not allowing yourself to be supported or not to allow yourself to receive help, right? So here's what I want to tell you. Abundance is your birthright. Being supported is your birthright. People want to help. Defining what you need in your business and your life is the solve, right? And then actually asking for it and then allowing people to give that to you, right? That's the solve, right? Whether that's a house cleaner, a badass assistant, a bookkeeper, a meal delivery service, a trainer, somebody to do your Facebook ads, right? Somebody to help you like do copywriting, somebody to, whatever, a babysitter for a few hours, it doesn't matter. You name it, you can have it. The universe deeply desires to support you. You deserve to be supported. Receive, 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 right? That's that. Maybe it's honestly joining just a like-minded community, right? Maybe you need to receive that, right? There's so many women who I have found who've come into the academy and like that was the biggest thing for them. It was the community of women and being able to get on the coaching calls together, hear other women's stories, and then see all the wins, see all the questions that other people had and identify themselves in that journey and know that, if they could do it, if she could do it, they could do it too, that kind of thing. Okay. The last 2 I want to go over. One is number 8 is capping your earnings or success by what we call upper limiting. And so this is just allowing yourself to stay in that little box of comfort because it's nice and cozy and safe and warm in there, rather than like really going for it and stretching out and getting uncomfortable to go for something new, that next level, right? And this is sort of the ultimate one, right? Because it feels really easy to keep yourself small and safe, right? And not do those things or not believe those things about yourself that are actually the truth, right? The truth of your abundance, the truth of your potential, the truth of your amazingness, right? And your complete awesomeness, right? And so actually tapping into that and allowing yourself to do the work around healing your relationship with money, releasing the money blocks, right? Exploring how you and your own unique way of self-sabotage is keeping you from that next level is super, super important, right? Breaking through those fears that are limiting you, right? Letting go, doing the work. And that's really honestly the work we do inside of Money Mastery. And we're going to start to do together during the Money Breakthrough. Okay, money block number 9. Denying yourself an abundant life because you're always overindulging and overspending. So this one is sort of, there's a lot of people who have that tendency to be either in, like a feast or famine mode, right? Like either like, wow, I'm in the money, I'm in the flow, and then, oh my God, there's nothing, right? And so that sort of like bouncing in between is not really sustainable and it's not nourishing. And there's no consistency or stability or reliability or sense of peace with money when you're in that feast or famine mode, right? You're either like, wah, or like super constricted and restricted. So actually, a lot of times what's happening is that, women who have this tendency, it's like we don't feel like we're enough inside. And so we have to go out and like spend and do all these things in order to make ourselves feel better. But what's happening is we're keeping ourselves separate and apart from money when we do that, right? Money is just an amplifier. It amplifies who we already are and how we already be in the world. And so trying to like have money be the thing that fills the void is never going to work, because even if we had, millions upon millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, that void would still be there. So the fix is really doing the work around our enoughness, doing the work around our developing that healthy, wealthy money mindset so that we're not trying to like have external things fill us up, but we're filled up from the inside. And this is the thing, you guys, this work is always an inside out job. And it's why inside of my Money Mastery Academy, we do the two pieces. We do all the inside work of the money mindset. And then we go out once we've healed that to do the outside practical framework, strategy, abundance planning work so that we can create practical, grounded, monetizable revenue sources that are flowing into our experience. And you need both, right? You have to have the energetic mindset work and you have to have the practical, grounded strategy, because that's where the magic is born. That's where the abundance, that's where the unlimitedness comes through. So, you guys, I have just talked for 20 minutes straight. So let me know if any of this resonated, if you have some questions. We are only streaming to the one group right now. So I know a bunch of people bounced off with that. So let me know. And if you guys have any comments, I would love to hear them from you. If you have any questions, if you watch this replay and you're like, yep, that's my money block, tag it in there and let me know what it is. And if you have not signed up, make sure that you go to the link and join us in the Money Breakthrough Workshop, which is happening November 1st through 3rd. We're going to be live inside of the group at 12 p.m. each day. And I cannot wait to see you there. I'm really, really excited to be doing this work with you. I will be sending out the replays each day, as well as we will have incredible, awesome prizes. We're going to be announcing what those prizes are soon. So anybody who does the homework, uses the hashtag and tags it in the group and posts that for all 3 days will be eligible to win those prizes. We got some really, really good ones this time. I'm super excited. So join us, show up for the Money Breakthrough, and we will see you there. All right, take care.